Welcome to BumbleKast Live. I'm your host, Ian Flynn, the Bumble King, and joining me as always is my Bumble co-host, Kyle, JCRB Kraus.
Hello, we're here. It's the end of the year. It's time to do our live thing.
We've made it, Sam. Here to the end of all things.
Is this
This
really
is perhaps the worst Frodo impression you will ever hear by any living being.
Is this really the end of all things? Man, what a way to go out.
Just wait till the to be continued flashes across the bottom of the screen, JoJo style.
Oh no.
All right, in case you are brand new to this whole shindig here at the end of the year, please save yourself to one question at a time until we get through to your question. That way we can try to get one for everybody. Super chats will get priority, but we will try to get through as many questions as we can tonight. And if we don't get through every super chat, that will be rolled over into the next available recording session, because it may be the end of 2025, but we're not stopping.
Nope. Despite everything, we're still here.
Big thank you to Jennifer R. and Kazzy for helping us out with all the questions that you're coming in with. So, have I forgotten anything, Kyle?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think
we're good.
Then let's get to it.
Yes. Hopefully we don't have 2025-2 next year.
Clock rolls over December 32nd.
No! No. All right. Question time. Chaos Nuts and Steam is going to start us off. Is there a series you are glad had a definitive conclusion and did not suffer from what I like to call the Simpsons problem? Because I feel like a lot of good shows do not end and ruin it.
Overall, if a series reaches its planned conclusion, even if it's a little rushed, I'm content with it.
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist is kind of premier for that. Cowboy Bebop is another really good one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing an echo somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
It's coming from Leah's phone in the other room.
Oh. I was going to say, like, you shouldn't be hearing yourself, but I don't know.
It's like, wait, what?
Why am I coming from over there and over here?
Even if it was kind of rushed out the door, Owl House, it was nice to have that tied off in a bow. So,
right.
Generally speaking, rather would see a series come to its conclusion with a ending rather than end on a cliffhanger or just keep putting out stuff to keep it alive.
Yeah. Same with like The Last Airbender. You know, the animated version, obviously.
Now, that being said, if there was a series that was perpetual and it continued to evolve, it continued to go places.
Right.
You know, the cast changes out, they grow, they age, they learn, and new characters come in and take over, and it's the story of a world progressing. That's different. That could be entertaining. It'd be a little hard to jump in on, but you know, if it's a solid enough narrative, you could possibly jump in at any point. But I can't think of any of those off the top of my head.
Yeah. Eventually they all seem to go down the same path when they last that long. Yeah, I guess I haven't watched much of it, but Doctor Who, I guess, is something that kind of resets in a sense, not completely, but yeah, that's about it though. Let's move on to this one from Ann Tales. Are you two looking forward to playing? What games are you two looking forward to playing in 2026? Feel free to mention upcoming titles or anything in the infamous backlog. Oh boy.
What is coming out next year?
Probably won't be done with it by the time 2026 rolls around, so I'll just say Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
There you go.
We just started it. last night, after getting a computer upgrade also required to play it. It was a bit of an ordeal, but got that taken care of, so I'll be playing that.
Next time I'll check the specs before buying a game. Oops.
Especially one
What'd Jen
released.
say?
She said, next time I'll check the specs before buying a game. Oops. Yeah, well, I mean, normally it'd be fine, but yeah, it's a little too new, apparently. Oh boy. Anyway, what about you, Ian?
I don't have anything on my horizon. Like, my January is so packed with work
Yeah.
and other obligations. Like, that's all I can think about. Like, there will be the Genshin updates as they're coming along, but that's a weekend at most.
Right. That's pretty much all I can think of. All right, Comic the Hedgehog has a question. Body swap, Ian and Meebo. To make matters worse, it happens during an in-person work meeting. What do? Oh boy.
Well, in that case, I get revenge and I jump up in front of the webcam while he's in the work meeting and preen, look how pretty I am. I'm the most adorable cat in the world. I'm interrupting your work meeting. Look at me, look at me.
Doesn't work. I don't know what.
That is how the Meebo do. I mean, for his part, Meebo is going to just sit there and stare at the screen.
Uh-huh.
Little wall-eyed, but
Be very confused about this new form he has inhabited. Makes sense. All right, Brody Golemon has a question. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. A time of year that I associate with the Blue Rat's neglected sibling Knights. So how would you handle a new Knights game or comic? Fun fact, I had a crush on Knights as a kid. That's cool.
Alrighty. Happy New Year and happy holidays to you as well. New game. I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest, because there's something to be said for that nice arcadey shoot for the high score and maximize your route type of thing. And I feel like that if you open it up too much, give more freedom of flight, you lose that arcadey feel.
Right.
Unless you make the arcadey segments like hubs and you free fly between them, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure how you would balance that so that the free flying wasn't too boring or just here I am flying in between actual gameplay moments. As for a comic, what I think I would do, my immediate gut response is go back and do an adaptation of the last two games. What little I remember of the second game story was a little long in the tooth. Spent too long on cutscenes that could have been a lot shorter. So maybe streamline that a bit. Or, Knights' premise is pretty straightforward. He flies around and he stops the nightmares from doing bad things in people's heads. That's pretty evergreen. Couple new kids, couple new nightmarins. It's wise man up to his old shenanigans. And it's long enough between titles. It's not like it's going to get that old that quick. I mean, how many Mario stories have we seen at this point?
Right.
And goodness, Peach is in trouble from Bowser again. So I think it hit just right balance of nostalgia and a little bit new, and I think it'd be all right.
All right. Pocket Scribs has a question. If you played Pac-Man's most recent game, do you enjoy the current characterization of the middle-aged yellow orb father of two?
I have not, and I didn't know that's the direction they went with him.
I think they've
Bold of them to have a middle-aged Pac-Man.
I think they've been in that direction for a while. He's had kids for a long time. I remember him having kids in Pac-Man 2? The sort of adventure game where you don't directly control Pac-Man. You just kind of suggest things to him, and he obnoxiously does not do what you tell him to do all the time.
Huh.
I think he had kids in that even. But
I'm so
I don't know
used
what
to,
his. I'm not sure what his characterization is nowadays so much. Does he still act kind of like he did in Smash Brothers Ultimate? If so, that's fine. I'm good with that.
I'm just used to, our mascot character has to be young and plucky and not tied down in any way. And no, Pac-Man's got kids. He's got a mortgage. He's thinking about retirement. He's just like me.
Yeah. I mean, he had kids in the Hanna-Barbera cartoon, but he also had like a smoker's voice back then. Yeah. It doesn't. I don't think he has that anymore. But I don't know. I'm not sure actually what exactly he's like nowadays. But
Well, I guess Bubsy's going that direction too, eh?
Bubsy is. Yeah, it's now Bubsy is like Bubsy's old. Is
this the new trend for the mascot characters?
Maybe that's it. I'm okay with that, honestly. I mean, they're appealing more to the people who played their games when they were new. The original
I forget
games.
who it was now. Somebody was talking about their idea for a Gex revival, where it's Gex in his, adult days, still making all these dated references, thinking they're the funniest thing.
Yeah.
And now he has a kid who's making all current references, and neither understands what the other one is saying.
Yeah, pretty much. Good. That would be good. All right, let's move on to this one from William C. If you adapted Jet Set Radio into a comic book, will it feature a Christmas issue where the GG players prepare for Christmas?
I mean, if I have to.
You wouldn't just do it? Just for fun?
Don't back me into a corner, man.
I mean, you're the writer. You can do whatever you want, but... Well, I mean, whatever you want within reason.
I mean, the trap of the holiday special is to hit on all the traditional notes, and that can be fun ironically, but then you basically just perpetuate the beast.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you tell a Christmas story with the Jet Set Radio crew that is still a holiday special without doing all the traditional beats? But can you do it because that is what you're expecting for? I don't know. I'm just imagining this big old tree in the middle of the city square, and they're somehow grinding up the branches, spray painting on ornaments. That's the only clear vision I have for this off the cuff.
Well then. Well.
But the Christmas album that would derive from it would be pretty sick.
Well, yeah.
Like a bunch of traditional tunes given that kind of punky pop remix.
Yeah.
That might be worth price of admission. I don't know why the comic gets a soundtrack, but darn it, it does.
It should. More comics should have soundtracks, dang it. All right. We're going to move on to some super chats. OzJam starts us off. Feels like we skip time as we approach the new year, which makes me ask, what do you think of time skips in media, whether it's a day, month, or year/years later, and what are the goods and bads of it?
Number one, you're absolutely right. How is it December? I mean, I'm kind of glad we're done with the year, but where did it go, man?
Yeah.
Time flies when you're screaming in terror. Anyway, timestamps can be a useful tool. I think a lot of it is mishandled where we've reached the end of this narrative. We want to get to the next cool stuff, but it would take too long to get there. So, boop, all this is done and we'll fill in the blanks with flashbacks. It can be effectively done, but more often than not, to me, it feels like they ran out of time or budget and just wanted to get to what they wanted to get to the most, which I guess valid, but like one of the most egregious things I can think of is like Young Justice, where the first season was very much building up the early concept. The cast was extremely charming. I was ready to get on board and see where they were going to go now that they had reached this point as a team. And then season 2 was a big time skip, and they've all gotten older, and a whole bunch of stuff has happened in the background, and now they're on a new adventure, and we're also looking back, but we're also advancing the other thing, and it's like, whoa, 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 whoa! What happened? What happened to the old team? What happened to that storyline? Resolved? Okay. Another one that really threw me off was in Gurren Lagann, however it's pronounced. Big drill robot anime. And that one, the style shift, the tone shift, the shift in characters, it was so jarring that it really put me off. And it felt like to me, it felt like the amount of change in that allotted time was incongruous. It's like that much should not have changed in that little time. But I've got a lot of critiques of Gurren Lagann, and I should shut up because I am definitely punching above my weight class there.
Uh-oh. Speaking of Ian, you need to unplug and plug your interface back in because it is fritzing a bit, unfortunately. I hate having to do this on the live show. Please bear with us. Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Check test 1 2 1 2.
There you are. Okay, you're back.
Okay. It was giving me some funny hiccups earlier, so we'll see how the evening takes us.
Alrighty. Let's move on to this one from Frozen Apple Juice. Well, guess it's fitting to end the year off with my favorite game for this tradition now. What if the Robot Masters from Mega Man 6 had hair? What styles, colors, etc. would they have? Here's hoping 2026 is a bit brighter. Let's see, we got Plant Man. Plant Man's already got hair. Kinda. He's got petals, I guess.
Let's see.
Let's see.
We'll start off with Centaur Man, and I think it's only appropriate that he has a ponytail. He's already got. Don't patronize me. Nightman. I'm gonna say he takes off that helmet and he's got an actual like mohawk that matches his weird helmet underneath because I find that funny.
Well, I mean, he's got to have a place to put his hair when he's got his helmet on.
Plant Man has like the most beautiful natural black shiny hair you can imagine. He pops off that plant hood and it's just like photogenic as all get out. Tomahawk Man, same thing, only it's like shoulder length long.
Okay.
Yamato Man, similar thing, only it's a very short businessman cut. Windman, it's got to be a bowl cut. Look at that.
True.
Just fits that bowl helmet on. Perfect.
Yep.
Blizzard Man. He doesn't really have much of a head to have hair on.
Not really. He's a bit weird.
Come back to him. And Flame Man. Bald, but in that like majestic manicured way. Not like Flash Man who's self-conscious about it. But like the kind where you look at it and go, you know what? Hair would actually ruin that profile.
Yeah.
Stay shiny and chrome, King. Lizard Man, bright red curly afro.
Wow, he stuffs it under that beanie, huh?
Yep, you pull it off. So he looks like a big red-headed snowman type thing.
Perfect.
Now, why am I saying red? It should be white. That way it's definitely a snowman look. Come on now.
Okay. But red would be funny, too. All right, Knuckles Omega has a question. Digimon Beat Break finally gave us a Gekomon champion from Google. Armalizamon. What do you think of the design?
Okay.
Armalizamon.
Liza.
Armalizamon.
Ooh, he's a spiky boy.
Is a reptile Digimon.
Kind of makes me think of what is it? A Gila monster?
Maybe.
What is that? What is that one lizard that's like armor plated looking?
It's not a
No,
Gila.
Gila
It's
monster.
not a Gila
It's not a
monster.
Gila monster. No. Shoot, what is that? Layered armor lizard. No, I don't want Monster Hunter Wilds.
Are you thinking of a horned toad? Horned lizard?
Kinda, or maybe the armored tail eater. Oh, Sungazer. That's what it is. Sungazer.
Sungazer. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. That kind of makes sense. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Okay, not exactly what I'm thinking, but kinda. Yeah. But anyway, Armalizamon. I dig the color scheme. I dig the spikies. To me, that if you were to show me this with no context, I would assume Digimon. This to me is like quintessential Digimon.
Digimon gets weird. See, I think the little
It does get
dinosaur
very
guy.
weird.
You showed me
It gets very weird, but
I said Digimon. I think of the little dinosaur guy.
what very little I know about Digimon, it's like, okay, you have the little blobby blobs, and then you have the little dino guys, little cute mascot buddies, and then you have the warriors. And this one fits that. I like that.
I suppose, yeah. Chocolate Watermelon 28 has a question. Fortune's Lap crew meets Rorschach. What happens?
They give him some beans and let him just hang out in the commissary for a while.
I was going to say, they'd probably just get annoyed with him, wouldn't they?
Unless he wants to look at the mask, and Foreign's like, no, you're going to give the nice man lots of room. And stay in your room. Lock the door to your bunk.
Yeah. They'd get tired of his brooding constantly all the time, I think.
I mean, he's not going to cause any trouble necessarily. He doesn't really have any reason to have a beef for them that he knows of.
Yet.
So they'll just bide the time, let him off. Wynn thinks he's kind of cool. He's got that kind of brooding energy to him. He's like, I bet that guy would just punch a dude in the face. Maybe like throw a fry basket on him. And Foreign's like, do not encourage this line of thinking. Leave the man alone. Let him eat his beans cold.
Yep.
And then, they get to whatever dock that they're bringing him to, and they let him descend, and he turns around and asks if he can get another ride later. And Foreign just looks down at him and says, no.
Just leave him alone. Next one is from KB. Happy almost New Year, Ian and Kyle. Any upcoming media, whether it be a game, movie, show, or comic you're looking forward to? Well, we talked about games a little bit there, but...
Yep, Spy Family's up and running. I'm catching up on that. Looking forward to where that's going. I can't remember if Demon Slayer Infinity Castle is out globally yet. Like, I don't know if I haven't seen it yet because it's not accessible, or if because I'm just behind on things. But I'm going to see it at some point.
At some point.
And I am sure there's other stuff that I am forgetting right now. But again, my January is so front loaded. That is all I can really process right now.
I don't even know what's coming out next year, honestly. Like, what is coming out? That Yeah, I'm just so like dead to things that I'm just like, I don't know. I haven't even thought about it.
Is new Supergirl movie coming out?
Is that next year? That would be nice to see. If that is
This
next
is
year.
2026.
Okay. If that is next year, I definitely want to see that. Yeah, I guess that's really. Oh, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Yeah.
Mm.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. Guess that's really about it. Like, games coming out next year? I don't know. Not really. And I don't know what's on TV these days. Yeah. I don't know.
God, we're boring.
Are we gonna get a Drogoon Volume 2 next year, Ian? Or some kind of Drogoon thing, at least, I'm sure.
I would
Probably.
My desire would be to see Volume 2 out late next year. I think it is technically doable.
Uh-huh.
But there is a lot of new characters, a lot of new set pieces, and it's still another 80 pages, which is not a small book.
Right.
So it could possibly be done if I kidnapped Adam and locked him in the basement. But I want ethically created comics, so I guess I'll kidnap and put him in the attic. I don't know.
Okay. That works. Good enough.
I am also chipping away where I can at Drogoon Compendium, and I would like to have it in a position to maybe get the Kickstarter launched next year. But the principal copy needs to be solid and set first before I can move forward on that. And that means I need to, write and revise, and it's got to fit in the schedule somewhere. I do not want to rush this out. This is meant to be the introductory guide to everything that has been buzzing in my head for a decade. I don't want to go off half-baked.
Uh-huh. All right, well, with that shameless bit of self-promotion out of the way, let's switch back to some standard questions. Here's one from a wild card. I recently learned about the Drogoon anthology known as Sparkflame. How well did you enjoy working with Adam Bryce Thomas? Was there anything you had disagreements upon? Sparkflame is not a Drogoon anthology. It's just Drogoon is just part of the overall anthology.
Correct.
Just to clarify that.
There is a small Drogoon story in there. There's also a Claus McGee short story in there written by me, art by Jonathan Griffiths. And it was basically a project where a bunch of the IDW freelancers were like, we want to make our own thing. Let's make it. So we did.
Just make our own thing. Yay.
And, I was like, Adam, I know we're busy with book 1 and everything else in life. You want to do another extra 5 pages of stuff? He's like, yeah, okay.
Adam seems fine with pretty much anything you throw at him for some reason.
He is just so chill. Such a chill guy. And it's same general process. I wrote up the script. I sent it to him. He made it look good. We put it out in a book. Boom.
Yeah. Is there anything you had disagreements upon?
Not that I immediately can think of. Like, there's a whole little bit of action with Lissy finding a new friend under the sea and playing with it and foreign delicately plucking it away and throwing it into the background. No attention is called to it. It's all background silliness. And that was all Adam's doing. That wasn't in the script. But, I'm looking at it going, this is great. So there you go.
All right, there you go. Nice and easy. I mean, when you're working with Adam, you don't really have to give him many notes. He knows what's up. He knows what to do. Here's one from Explosive Heads 1391. What's up, BumbleKast? Hope you guys are doing fine. So, Ian, I was wondering, what stories would you write for our favorite blue critter, the nameless bird from Sega Channel, Japan? You mean like Flicky?
Is it Flicky or is it just a generic?
Or is it just a bird? I don't know.
Say it's not blue rat.
I'm not familiar with this avian friend, but you know what? Let avian friend or Flicky specifically, have it go on a little merry adventure through all the IPs. Fly through the world of Sonic, fly through the world of Knights, fly over the Daytona racetrack, fly through,
Go on a little
downtown
trip.
Shibuya and dodge a bicycle being thrown by any number of Yakuza strongmen. Just having visit all the little burgs within the greater Sega universe and just showcase how cool it is. How is the bird getting there? Stop asking questions. Don't stop asking questions. That we need for the show. Stop asking specific questions about the bird.
Flying, obviously.
Yeah, all right.
That's how it gets there. It flies. Come on. All right, I'm going to go with Josh Klee as the next one. Good news, Deltarune has a collaboration. Bad news for my wallet, it's a Transformers collab. What fanciful vehicles and animals do the Fortune's Lap crew turn into? Oh, you mean Drogoon, not Deltarune. But the question says Deltarune. Do you mean Drogoon? You must mean Drogoon because you're talking about the Fortune's Lap crew, but it says Deltarune.
I mean, Susie would transform into a badass muscle car. Let's not be wrong.
Well, yeah, with flames on the side, obviously, and a huge blower
Obviously.
sticking out of the hood. Yeah, of course. Isn't that what wind would also turn into?
No, not necessarily.
Oh, really? Okay.
I see wind transforming into a muscle bike.
Okay.
Something that revs incredibly noisily, whether you need to or not.
Well, yeah.
Just even idling, it's. And her other form, I mean, you win either way. You get a sick dragon or like some kind of fighter jet.
For who? For foreign?
Foreign. Maybe some kind of like stealth fighter. Something sleek and economical.
I don't know if a stealth fighter is very economical. Those things are extremely expensive.
In terms of contours.
Oh, okay. Very
Visually.
smooth and
Yeah.
Okay, I got
They kind of
it.
make you wait, was there something there? And you're already dead. Jobun is some kind of like 1970s Ford pickup truck. The kind of thing that somehow runs without gas and cannot be killed.
Of course.
All you need is like a spanner and a bit of oil and it's running again.
It's running again, yeah.
I mean, you've seen them all the time. You know a guy who owns one.
Just push them down the hill, pop the collection. That's how it starts. Can't actually crank it, but you can roll it down the hill.
And Lissy, what does Lissy turn into? Maybe a cool, super sleek Kawasaki or straight up Tron-like motorbike.
Okay, go with that.
Something that can chase after and keep pace with wind, but is much more sleek and easy on the eyes and probably far better fuel economy.
I'm getting word now that yes, they did mean Drogoon, which we figured out, but still.
I mean, both directions would be fine.
Both directions
would
are
be
good, but still, it is funny. I was thinking, okay, Deltarune, all right, and then it said Fortune's Lap. It's like, oh, okay, well, the other rune.
And while we're at it, Luke's turns into some kind of obscenely priced sports car, but it's like a James Bond style with all sorts of lethal weapons hidden inside of
it. Alrighty. Here's one from Hero Squad. A crossover between TMNT and Aliens. How does it go?
We already kind of had that with the one arcade game with the Xenomorph Pizza Monsters.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, with Turtles in Time. They weren't the Xenomorph Pizza Monsters weren't very effective, to be fair. It seems like
From
the
a
more
s-
xenomorphs there are, the less effective they are. They're like ninjas in that sense. Fittingly.
A more serious take, though.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. We're gonna say some incarnation of the bad Umtrams, Krang or Chirel or one of them is messing with a dimensional gate, as they do, and the turtles intercede, and they wind up on one of those infested ships with all the eggs.
Yeah.
And I really, really hate to do this, but this is the way to go. Mikey gets face hugged.
Yeah,
'Cause
unfortunately.
he's the one you're going to worry about the most.
Uh-huh.
And then it falls off, and he's like, dude, I feel so good. I'm like, hungry as all get out. And he's like scarfing down immense amounts of pizza. And then there's that scene on the table. You know the one I'm talking about. And
yeah.
let's see. Who's next? Donnie's going to figure out what they are.
Yeah.
Raph is going to go solo, just try to kill the thing by himself. And that's not going to go well for him.
Probably not.
Leo's going to do his absolute best to coordinate a tactical takedown of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Splinter's going to make the ultimate sacrifice to keep the Xenomorph distracted or at bay or something, so that they can open the portal, toss it into space, or turn on the super flamethrower to finally kill it off or something.
Mm-hmm. Or they just become bros with it.
Also a possibility. The Mikey Morph pops out and he's like, dude, sorry about the mess on the table. Is he going to finish that pie? Like, dude, you killed Mikey. And he's like, no, like I'm Mikey, but like not Mikey. Xenomikey. Mikey Morph. Yeah.
There you go. He's just turned into the next phase of his phase of his
the inner
existence.
mouth pops out. He sounds exactly like Mikey, but a little higher pitched.
There you go. All right, let's go on to Santiago C. I hope you guys had a good holidays. Now that the croc is out of the core, what is your favorite Kremling? Or if you like info, which is your favorite K-Rool persona?
I gotta go with the classic King K. Rool.
Yeah. There's a reason why he's still indoors.
The tiny, tiny crown, the gold-plated beer belly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's just something goofy and iconic about it. Captain K. Rool's not bad. I dig the coat and the blunderbuss and the hat, but it's kind of just solid pirate core. It's not really iconic. And what was the third one? K. Rulenstein?
I don't remember, but yeah, I think so.
Hey, that was boring. Didn't care for it. King K. Rool, though.
I kind of like Clubba from DKC2.
Club is good.
Clubba is a good one.
Clubba's
Yeah,
good.
he smacks the way it just smacks you right off the screen. Yep.
And what was the big fella with the spiky mohawk?
Oh shoot.
Crusher?
That might be it. It might be Crusher. Something like that.
Ketamine? I don't know.
No. Is it Crusher or Crush? Yeah. Okay, that's the one. Yeah, Crush is the one with the mohawk. Yeah, he's in the original game. He's the blue guy with military with army camo fatigues.
It's just very intimidating when you hit him with Diddy and he just kind of laughs
Just
it off.
kind of
It's like, oh,
yeah, that's true.
that was immersive gameplay back in our day, kids.
Yep. It's like, uh-oh.
favorite interpretation of K. Rool has got to be Smash Brothers, though. I love him being just this crazy, almost manic troll, but also a wild fist thrower like DK. Like they're basically the same energy, but he thinks himself royal for it. I don't know. I like that particular brand of crazy. Spelled with a K.
Yes. It has to be spelled with a K because, he's a Kremlin, obviously. All right. Uncle Venus has one. Why weren't you at elf practice?
I was busy.
Busy doing what?
Other stuff?
Oh. Well, you should have been there. It was time for elf
I'm a busy
practice.
guy. I got things to do. I don't know why I'm starting to sound a little.
I don't know what's
little
wrong
drunk here
what's
in my
wr-
defensiveness.
What's wrong, Ian?
I have this. Listen, Kyle. Listen.
Uh-huh.
Listen, Kyle. You're not listening, Kyle.
Uh-huh.
I was busy.
I can tell you've never been drunk because
Oh, not a drop.
yeah. I know. Because that's the stereotypical drunk.
But it's funny.
But it is funny. It is funny. Yes.
Now, Kyle, why weren't you at elf practice?
Why wasn't I at elf
You're
practice?
avoiding the question.
I didn't know I had to be there.
Okay.
Since when was I an elf? Since right now, I guess, huh? All right, good to know. Santa is very disappointed. Well, good. I'm very disappointed in Santa. He don't bring me things no more. It's rude. All right, Diamond Death has a question as we switch back over to some super chats. Mega Man and Dragoon crossover. What happens? Note, I haven't read Dragoon yet, so speak to me like I know nothing about Dragoon, and feel free to explain what I'll be getting into when I do.
Okay, well, if you haven't read Dragoon yet, head over to dragoon.com/read. That's DROGUNE.com/READ. Get yourself a physical version or a digital version if you don't want to wait for it to be printed and shipped to you. I don't blame you. Takes a while for post to post.
Yeah.
I guess the next question is which version of Mega Man? Because that's going to change things up a fair bit.
Yeah. They just said Mega Man, so I guess Classic is going to be the one.
Go with Classic? Okay. So Rock and Roll went off to space with Duo to help him with some evil energy nonsense, and they took a wrong turn at Albuquerque and wound up in the Dragoon verse.
Uh-huh.
Because that can happen. And they're low on power because it's a long flight. So thankfully, mana, which is the magical life force of the Dragoon cosmos, is universally compatible. But they don't have any of the local currency. They don't know their way around. How are they going to get this much needed mana? Well, they're going to hire a couple mana hunters to find it for them, and that would be the crew of Fortune's Lap. No, they're not, officially licensed or affiliated with any legitimate program, but hey, you know what? They can find it for you, and you don't need to ask too many questions about it. Not too many fees. Shut up, kid. Come along.
Perfect.
And everyone's a little mystified because that level of robotics is not common in the Dragoon universe. It is almost exclusively used either by the ruling government of Galaxond or within like a handful of the aristocracy in Humaheim. Finding a fully functioning autonomous robot is quite impressive. And here they have 4. Rush has got to be involved because Lissy has to have pets on Rush. I mean, it's a doggo. Doggo needs pets. And she will give all the pets and all the lovings, and it will be wholesome and tooth-achingly sweet. And Wind is a little off-put by this whole fight for everlasting peace thing. How about you just fight, and peace is kind of a neat result from it? What do you mean you don't want to fight? You've got a cannon for an arm, kid. Shoot it!
It's true, though.
You can do this cool stuff. Let's beat things up. It'll be fun. Come on, I promise.
Wind is
And
right.
Earl's like, you're a bad influence. And Foreign's like, you're absolutely right. And they'll go on a dive somewhere, we'll say a derelict ship floating in the ether, which is this giant sea of toxic gases. And Mega Man, being armored and a robot, is fairly resistant to it, so he's good for that. And Duo is a little overwhelmed because the miasma is registering as evil energy to him, and he's a little overwhelmed because you can't punch all of space. And we'll throw in some big old nasty ether beast in there so they can shoot and fight something for a few glorious pages of violence. And then they're all loaded up on mana. They've got the coordinates back to their home dimension, planet, solar system, however you want to figure it. They set off, and everybody waves a fond farewell, and Jobun calls from the cockpit, "Oi! Will you see Dr. Lights? Tell him I said hey, and he still owes me 50 quid.
They have Quid and Drogoon?
No, but that's what they owe from the last time they met.
Okay.
How he's going to convert it in their world, I have no idea, but that's his problem to figure out.
Yeah, he'll figure it out. Got it.
I mean, if Jobin's going to be inexplicably Cockney, he has to want British money for some reason.
Okay. Here's a question from Sonic. Mega Man is about to defeat Wily when he uses his last-ditched effort to stop the hero, Fragile and Sick Man, and he's human. What does Rock do?
Well, first he's very confused. Is that your name? Fragile and Sick Man? It's from a very long line of Fragile and Sick Men, all right? My first name's Trevor. What, you want to fight about it? No. I just want to understand why you're here in the crumbling skull base. Well, he offered me 50 quid. I don't know how much that is, but he offered it. And I'm like, sure, I'm broke. All I gotta do is punch a kid. Wait, that's the kid? He's like a robot with an arm. There's a cannon, man. No, I'm out of here. And he just walks off. And Dr. Wily's pounding the ground going, and this is why I only use the robots.
Yeah, the humans have too much free will. Brett F. has a question. Sam and Max Freelance Police have received a call from the commissioner. They are to go to Warner Brothers lot to catch and make sure the Warner siblings stay in the water tower so the Netflix buyout goes more smoothly. How happens next? What happens next? How happens next?
Oh my God. That's brilliant. I don't know if I can rise to that occasion. That is... You might need a team to do this one. Oh my God. Because
this is an Animaniacs episode.
It absolutely is.
Well, Sam and Max was on Kids WB, right? The cartoon. Yeah, okay. They could have done this crossover.
Absolutely could have. And
they should have.
It's not going to take very long for Max to decide that, no, the kids are right.
Yep.
Or he just decides that he likes to go bite things with Wacko. That's a fun pastime.
Pretty much.
Sam and Yakko bond over the philosophical foundation of wearing pants without shoes.
Yep.
And ultimately, the pursuit of the Warners across the lot and the many attempts to restrain them cause more damage and chaos than anything the Warners would do by themselves.
Yeah. Max is always down for some boingy, boingy, boingy. Oh, Sam and Max were on Fox Kids? Oh,
well.
Animaniacs started on Fox Kids. Okay. Well, yeah, that's true. And I mean, eventually, for me at least, Kids WB and Fox Kids were on the same network, ran one right after the other. So, yeah. All right, this question is from Andrew B. It's a Transformers Mega Man crossover. Dr. Wily ends up with the data on all the Autobot war crimes, so the Wreckers pay him a visit. Who dies and who lives?
Goodness.
This escalated quickly. Transformers aren't bound by the laws of robotics, I guess. So
Autobots transform and roll out over Wily's face.
yeah, pretty much.
I could no. Optimus wouldn't stoop to that. He's a virtuous individual.
Yeah, but the wreckers are the do or die. The wreckers are the do or die crew. Like they're likely to die.
Yeah. Goodness, so Mega Man doesn't even know the context. All he knows is that there's a bunch of killer robots coming after Wily, and never mind that he's a good boy. Laws of robotics, I mean, he can't stand idly by it, so it's Mega Man versus the Wreckers.
Yeah.
And I'm just assuming he can copy their powers, because why not? And my God, can you imagine the collectible showcase of Mega Man with the entire Gen 1 roster?
Imagine him getting all the different powers from each one.
I legit want a Megatron Mega Man where that arm cannon is larger than he is.
Just shows up when he transforms his arm. It's like a giant cannon that just sits on the ground and he can't lift it or do anything with it other than
the recoil
shoot.
sends him back a screen.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
He copies Optimus's power, and his ability is to basically just the world door an entire trailer out of nowhere to flatten people.
Rock just transforms into the gun, just like Megatron. It's like, oh, okay. He's just the gun now. Got it.
If he copies Grimlock, does he get a big chompy arm, or does he get to turn into a dinosaur?
Yes.
All right, cool. I will accept that answer.
All right, here's one from Horseweave. I'm surprised you've held your sanity by cutting that blue rat feed. Anyways, crossover question. Claus McGee x Die Hard. Come out to the coast. We'll get together, have a few laughs.
The exact same movie. It's Old Man Claus as the protagonist.
Okay.
He's slower. He's grumpier about everything. But he's still going to leave that note on the day I say, now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho.
Okay, good. Good.
And then the jangle bell goes off and he wakes up as the leader of the mercenaries. Hamina.
Oh, no. Oh, boy. All right, here's one from Bladed Fox 14. Dr. Wily teams up with a fellow evil genius, Wile E. Coyote, to get back at their blue rivals. How well do things go?
For us, the viewer, fantastic.
Oh, yeah, it's hilarious. For them,
Albert Wily, super genius. Yes, you've got it. I mean, Mega Man really doesn't understand why they're putting nitroglycerin in fake carrots. Anyone could, with a sense of smell and even passing eyesight, can tell these are not what you use, except that's the Bugs Bunny trick. It's the free bird seed for Roadrunner, who is decidedly blue. Okay, so the whole thing is Mega Man is honestly afraid for Roadrunner's life. and is trying to run interference on him. Don't eat that free bird seed. Don't run into that flat wall that's painted to look like a tunnel. Look out for this. Look out for that. But he's not nearly fast enough, not even with Rush Jet, to keep up. And he manages to avoid all the dangers and traps and whatnot because he's on Roadrunner's tail. And Roadrunner is smart enough and skilled enough to avoid all these things. And it's just Wily and Wily maiming each other, desperately trying to catch either one of them.
Well, I would pay to see it.
You have the whole bit where the edge of the cliff stays airborne while the rest of it falls away. And Albert stomping his feet. This does not obey the law of physics.
Well then. It's a cartoon. Just roll with it. Whatever.
Make a hostile takeover of this Acme company and use it to make all my new robots. Oh God, Acme man.
Oh no. He's constantly falling apart.
Yes, he's got 101 different attacks and all of them explode in his face.
Oh well, as long as the explosion also takes out his target, I guess that's all that matters. Perfect. All right, back to some standard questions for a bit. Here's one from Heel Navi. Lizzie brings out the best of the Fortune's lab crew and helps them get along better. If we swapped out Lizzie for Eco, how would it go? Or is it Echo? EKO?
Echo. Not.
Uh-oh.
Not that it would make things worse necessarily, just Echo's not going to put up with anybody's crap. And there's a 50-50 odds that she would stick around and enable the wrong person in the wrong place at the wrong time to make things worse. Not maliciously, just that's how it pans out. Or she gets sick of their crap and just leaves the ship entirely.
Just gives up.
Yeah. For those of you who are staring blankly at your screens right now, Echo was one of the two protagonists out of Drogoon Outlaw.
Okay.
Which was a one-shot manga-styled story that we had submitted to a Shonen Jump contest. We rushed that thing out the door to meet deadline. That thing was slapdash. But there's enough neat ideas in there that I've taken the original work down just so it's not confused for any kind of canonicity, and it will be reworked into a new proper story, but that's in line behind Volume 2 and Compendium.
Well then. Here's one from the Bee and the Berry, or from Strawberry. What does dark matter taste like?
Kind of like 80% dark chocolate with more regret.
Your stomach will probably regret it afterwards, that's for sure.
Yeah. Going down, it's great. Love some dark chocolate, but the slow decay of everything that makes up my essence gives me the rumblies, to be honest.
Just a tad.
Unless we're talking like Kirby's Dream Land style dark matter, in which case I fall asleep and a giant eyeball sprouts out of my gut.
Either way.
Gives me the rumblies.
Yes. Red Rebel has one. We all like a good hero versus villain scenario. Same thing goes for hero versus hero. But what about villain versus villain? What's your favorite instance of baddies going against each other?
You don't get that a lot, but boy, is it fun when you do.
Yeah. I'm going to break the rules. I'm going to break the rules and bring up Wily and Eggman.
Yep. That was fun. That was fun. A lot of fun.
It was fun. Both working together and against each other was super fun.
First thing that comes to mind is the Legion of Doom turning on itself in Justice League Unlimited. That was a slow burn. You saw it coming, and when it happened, it was fun. I gotta think, what are some other good villain v villain?
There's not many. It's weird. I can't think of any off
I'm
the top
drawing
of
a
my head.
blank. They should happen more often because that's the delight is you get to root for the bad guys either way
Mm-hmm.
because they're both bad people. They deserve to lose. And you can have fun without worrying about the stakes too much because they're bad people. They deserve to get whatever they get. Hero versus hero, it's a tragedy. You have these ideals that should not be in conflict. These people who should be friends coming to blows. It's sad. You've got hero and villain where it's justice triumphing over villainy. You want the hero to prevail, generally speaking. Villain versus villain. Wait. They had that in My Hero Academia.
Oh, yeah?
What was that, season 3? And yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. You have all these very, very bad people doing bad things to each other. And it's fun because, it's no holes barred. You can go as depraved and villainous as you want because there's nobody with morals to hold back. There's no greater principles to uphold. It's just glorious evil on evil.
Good.
Cathartic. That was a fun romp. I'd forgotten about that.
Season 5, apparently.
Oh,
according to Pedanticat, fittingly enough.
God.
A fitting name for correcting.
No, good to correct me. It's like,
yes, I know. It's just funny.
Season 3 then? Oh God,
it's just funny.
What's the last one? Was it season 8 that they wrapped up on? Anyway, babbling.
Yes, indeed. That's what you do. But speaking of My Hero Academia, here's one from Pedanticat. What do you think of My Hero Academia's commentary on how many villains stemmed from the shady hero commission, people's over-reliance on heroes, and prejudice towards unsavory quirks?
I thought it was an interesting concept.
Sounds a little bit like they're leaning into the X-Men sort of thing.
A little bit. You can debate on how thorough it was in investigating those. I only watched the anime. I didn't read the manga, so I don't know if the manga or its spin-offs get into it any further, but I did like the concepts of the hypocrisy in celebrating quirks that were, just flashy and cool versus the ones that caused physical mutations.
Mm-hmm.
The heteromorphs that were ostracized because they looked like monsters, and it's just a quirk. It's the same inherent change anybody else has. I did like the commentary on how so much of the superheroics, especially in Japan, were kind of corporate built. And with that rigid system and with all the tie-ins and promotions and sellouts, it was very, very easy to make it look not intentional necessarily, but for those who did fall through the cracks, it made it even more bitter because it isn't a matter of, there's flaws in the system. It's the system is geared to boost this side of society and screw you if you didn't make the cut, which gave legitimacy to some of the villains, which I thought was a neat aspect to it.
Mm-hmm.
And Stain in particular, awful person that he was, zeroing in on this concept of heroes should be altruistic and not financially endorsed. They shouldn't be part of a greater system. They should be virtuous, and putting them on a pedestal that's frankly unobtainable by just anybody. Everyone has their flaws, and he was seeing them as some pinnacle that had to be reached. And I liked where that went towards the end of the series too. It's a very complicated social commentary. I'm not sure that it would be possible to fully explore it in Deku's particular story arc, but I appreciated it being brought up and addressed at least, because it gives you a sense of that greater world. And if the opportunity arises, it gives you an avenue to explore. You know, I do like my big, grandiose theatrical stories, but I also like the opportunity to look at the street level of that crazy universe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you've got people flying through the sky shooting lasers. What does that look like on the sidewalk? You know, what does a caseworker look like in this type of society? So even just planting the seeds of those ideas and glancing at them, I think is worthwhile.
Alrighty. Here's one from Radar the Maned Wolf. Do you guys have a favorite concert memory? Or if not, what band or performer would you most want to see? Asking since I had an amazing experience this past October seeing The Living Tombstone.
Oh, good for you.
Nice.
Let's see.
I mean, for me, I'm a broken record, but it's got to be MagFest.
Yeah. I wish I could have seen more of the shows live myself.
Yeah, well, this most recent MagFest, I didn't get to see many at all myself, but the ones I did see, I mean, martial art, seeing them moved me because I was just, so proud of them because I'm friends and fans of them and they're amazing. And seeing them together. And then also they played a song that was dedicated to a friend of ours who unfortunately lost his life, and that was very I was a bit overcome at that moment with that. And yeah, and then of course just seeing Pit Brigade blast through Super Mario World while playing the greatest hits of Mario was pretty amazing. T-Lope show was great. Glad I got to talk to him for a minute in the hallway. And yeah, just super fun. Go ahead.
I do
Ian.
remember we got to see one of Aaliyah's favorite bands was Alexis on Fire.
Hmm.
And they had their farewell tour a few years ago. And we managed to get into like the last show of that. And it was a pretty small venue, the kind of place where the floor is sticky even before anything starts.
Mm-hmm.
And very snowy weather, so it wasn't great driving there, but man, they put on a good show. And just a solid show. And then they broke up and they went their separate ways, and now I think they got back together. So, but at that time, it was a great farewell show.
Yeah. I remember seeing the Megas and the Proto Men in a pretty small bar in California, and that was very fun. Like the Megas guys are super nice. They're super cool. I love those guys. Always glad to see them and talk to them a bit. Proto Men were great too, but man, I do love me the Megas. So, and that was, I think, the first time they played together, which was weird because, like, you think it'd be obvious. But I think it was the first time they played together. Go ahead.
In college, my roommate dragged me out to one of the Lollapaloozas.
Mm.
And that was my first big concert experience.
Yeah.
And the two most vivid memories I have of that were one, there's one of the side stages that was just set up like on top of this gravel parking lot. And the band paused midway and said, "Y'all know you're moshing on gravel, right?" And everyone goes, "Yeah." "You're gonna get hurt." "Yeah."
That's what they want.
"All right, y'all are stupid." "Yeah." They went right back into their set.
Of course. Yeah, that's about right.
I can't remember if that was the same mosh pit or a different one where I'm getting bounced around like a pinball.
Uh-huh.
And I get thrown out and I realize I can breathe and there's open space around me. And I turn around and there are these two big dudes, like U-size Kyle, big dudes.
Yeah.
In wearing various studded outfit pieces, roaring at each other as a mix of sumo wrestler and angry bull. And I'm like, I'm the only one in between them. And there was like a Looney Tunes sketch, just I scrambling on all fours, diving back into the crowd.
Getting out of there.
No, 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 no.
Get out of there.
The music was good too. Whoever was playing, I don't remember.
Sonic Symphony was very fun back last June. The BumbleKrew, some of the BumbleKrew came out to hang out. Got to see some amazing people, see a really just awesome show. It was like, wow, this is huge. I was surprised. The crowd was insane. Super loud. Almost louder than the band at some points. It's like, whoa, okay, wow.
We went to the Legend of Zelda Symphony.
Yeah.
It was touring to promote Majora's Mask release on the 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
So the last set they did was Termania Town. And I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. You know, it starts off as the town theme. It's like, oh, this is just lovely. And then like the deep cello and stuff start coming in with the almost monotonous chords, and the tempo starts to increase, and it gets to the day 3 version. And I'm literally breaking out in goosebumps thinking about it. It was one of the most terrifying pieces of music I've ever heard. It's fantastic. Would love to hear it again, but oh, that was spooky.
Yeah. They just crank it up. Yep. Oh man. All right, I think we've spent enough time on this question. Thank you for that one. That was a good one. A pressed SVTFOE fan asks, since you have worked on a version of Rad Red inspired by Superman, how would you use this experience for a Superman book?
Very good question. I think it would have to come down to what is the project itself. Like, is it in current canon? Is it like a standalone thing, like the crossover? You know, how much latitude do I have with the characterization and the lore to play with? I feel like that's such a broad set of criteria. I can't really say off the top of my head.
All right, Cameron.
Just so I'm not like blowing off the question, because I don't feel like that's as satisfying an answer.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that made the crossover so much fun was that it was kind of continuity light. You know, these were kind of just general purpose, general audience consumption versions of the Justice League. So you could be a little more loosey-goosey with who is who and how are they characterized. It's, you know, what's fun in the moment. If it were something that was more like hardcore actual canon, I would want to do a lot more research and preparation for that.
Yeah. All right, Cameron D has one. In the distance, you see it moving towards you. It's fast, very fast, and blue. It's Kyle on a blue tricycle, and he has a spare one for you. How do you spend the day on your jet-powered tricycle? Oh, it's jet-powered even.
The day?
That's
very generous, because I'm probably plowing into a tree within the first 5 minutes.
I was going to say, would we last that long?
I mean,
it's going that fast.
Maybe if we're out like in the Badlands outside of Phoenix. Where we have the luxury of making a 30-mile wide turn.
It depends on where you are. There's cactuses in the way out there and mountains. Actually, I'm in the valley, and on the outside of the valley is a bunch of mountains. So I don't know.
Well, if we angle it just right, maybe we can go up the mountain and launch into orbit.
If we did it up there, we'd be in the middle of Lake Ontario in several minutes. Just launch ourselves out there. Triking on water until we're not.
Ultimately, we would have a lot of fun, even if it was brief.
Yes. And it would be very brief.
Also, we would have to call it BumbleKross. Hold it on Sunday. Yeah, BumbleKross 96.
Perfect. Here's a question from Hobo Joe. Basic question, but looking back, what were your highlights for 2025? And what, if anything, are you most excited for 2026? At the moment, at least.
Highlights? MagFest for sure.
Yeah, that's the only one for me, really.
Whole kit and caboodle, like meeting the Bumble crew, hanging out with everybody, doing the panels, seeing the show. Everything about that was fantastic. Not the drive so much.
Yeah, the drive for you was rough.
But the show was great. And,
Yep.
While I know you had a rough year, everybody had a rough year, but I know you had a very personal rough year.
Mm-hmm.
The amount and the immediacy of the support you got from folks online,
yes,
brought a tear to my eye.
That
made me happy.
That was amazing. Thank you, everybody who helped out this year for me personally. That was amazing. Not expecting that in the slightest. So yes, thank you.
This was our first full year with the new BumbleKats, Meebo and Malikata.
Mm-hmm.
So having them acclimate, having them join our family and, get over their many illness things.
Yep.
That was good. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Drogoon Fortune's Lap Volume 1 finally came out. That's probably the apex.
That was a good one.
I know, it's on par with MagFest.
Yeah. That was great. I was very proud and glad to see that you had you got Dragoon out there. I honestly was like, I didn't know it was coming so quick. I was like, oh, here comes Dragoon. All right. I was like, oh no. It's already here. Oh god.
All my best laid plans, like, all right, this is the marketing scheme. Well, we have to revise because we're not releasing them. Well, we got to revise. Well, we got to think of this. Oh, this came up in life. You know what? If it comes out, it comes out. All right, it's coming out. I'm going to say this much time to advertise and get it out the door. Here it is.
Here you go. Here we go with a question from Emerald Fusion 266. Almost said 226. That's not right. It's 266. Question for both of you. If you had to give this year a title and subtitle as if it were a Dragon Ball Z episode, what would you call it? "2025. Big oof."
You know what? I cannot improve upon perfection.
The biggest of all oofs. Mr. Saturn 1011 V2 asks, how much of the so-called Mario mandates have you learned from pitching the Mario comic? Like restrictions for how mainline species can be designed in non-mainline stuff and spin-off representation.
Gosh.
That
Hard
was
to
a while
say
ago.
because it's been so long. And the pitch honestly didn't get far enough to run into a lot of those things. It was more learning or getting a vibe of what counted as Mario and what counted as Mario adjacent. And just how precise, we shall say, those stipulations were. Everything else, I think, has kind of been leaked or discovered by the general populace.
Yeah, I mostly figured it out. People seem to have figured out how these things work. Buttered Noodles is here with a super chat question. We're going to switch over to those and do the last few of those that we have. We are still open and accepting more, though. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Marvel's Carnage ends up in Bikini Bottom from SpongeBob. Go.
He eats Mr. Krabs and nobody tells the difference.
Delicious. Does he add butter?
No, because he's a monster like that.
Oh, well, all right. He's going to do that. Fine.
And he spends the rest of the time at Bikini Bottom actually like scuttling around, making little pinchy hands.
Good old crab carnage. Here's one from Switchel. DK is driving from Toad's Factory to Koopa Troopa Beach at 47 miles per hour. Yoshi is driving from Choco Mountain to Dino Dino Jungle at 28 miles per hour. If DK leaves at 3:37 p.m. and Yoshi at 4:18 p.m., what time will they crash?
Whenever would be coolest. Or funniest.
At 4:20.
Or most tragic. What story are you going for here? Because I don't do math. I do word.
They will crash at 4:20. Or maybe 6:07.
There you go.
Duel Masters Hideout asks, review this design. Google World Balam. Demon World from Duel Masters. World
What am I looking
Balam.
up?
World Balam. Like world and then balloon, but Balam instead of balloon. World Balam Demon World. What the heck is even going on here? It's like some sort of Asian dragon with several other dino heads, skulls behind it. I can't really tell what's going on.
I don't know what medication the artist is on, but I hope they get better soon.
Yeah, it's wow. Wow, okay, there's a lot of stuff going on here.
It's busy, but it's balanced.
Yeah.
Like it's not over designed for the sake of detail. There's a lot going on and it all feels very purposeful.
Yes.
I have no idea what any context for this is.
I have no idea either.
It's neat looking at least.
Cool. Oh, we've got a new super chat here. This one's from No Origin. It says 2026 approaches. Feel old yet?
Oh, dude, that was like 26 years ago.
I felt old when I was still younger than 20. I've been out of touch since I was born.
I don't know what made me feel oldest first. Meeting some young adult who said they grew up reading my work, or being mistaken for Aaliyah's father multiple times.
Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, that's rough. That one's rough. Oh, boy.
We were on a road trip for, I think it was Heroes Con.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it was in June, and we stopped for some takeout on the road, and the guy hands the order and says, "Here you go, and Happy Father's Day." And I'm like, "You too?"
Oh, no.
And we got on the road. I'm like, "Wait."
Oh. Oh, man. Oh, man.
That's the other side of the coin of having a youthful and beautiful wife, is that I look my age with the salt and pepper and
Oh, boy. Well, I mean, you are a cat dad, at least.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yep. All right. Let's go back to some standard questions. Here's one from GameTune605. What inspired you, Aaliyah Baker, Jonathan Hill, and Vincent Lavallo to create Dr. Lalinde, Tempo, and Vesper for Archie Mega Man? And if you or Capcom could hire VAs for them, who would they be?
The thinking of it was just Mega Man Classic is such a male-dominated thing.
It's a bit of
We
what they
wanted
call a sausage fest.
Didn't want to use that, but yes, you're right. We just wanted to inject a little bit of femininity into it because there are female fans of Mega Man, and wouldn't it be neat to see a female robot master for once? I can't remember if Quake Woman predated Splash Woman or if they were concurrent. Well, point
is around similar time.
Yeah, so grand total of 2, huzzah. And show that there are women who are in STEM disciplines and just vary it up a little bit.
Right.
But also make sure that it felt organic to the world, so it wasn't just, here's the girl! Make them mean something to the greater Mega Man mythos besides just checking off a box of representation. And making it Dr. Lalinde and setting it in the Philippines, just to show a greater scope of the world. And with Vesper Woman, it was just such a shame that Honey Woman never saw the light of day. It's like, can we just revive this concept? And it's like, well, no, you can't use that concept specifically, but just file the serial number off and call it Vesper Woman. Bing, done.
Tweak it a bit. There you go. Perfect. Good. Wish we got to see more of her. Wish we got to see more of all of them, but especially her, because she was right at the end. It's like, oh.
Yeah, and it's a tricky balancing act too, because as much as it is fun to add new characters to the mythos to explore niches that the games did not, there's also a gigantic cast. Hundreds of robot masters alone, let alone anyone else.
Right.
So I didn't want to overburden it. If they were going to join, they need to bring something to the table that the others did not yet.
Yep. All right, let's move on to this question from Dustin P. If you were given the opportunity to write a comic set in the universe of the 90s TMNT movies, what kind of story would you like to tell?
Oh, goodness. That's a very good question.
Would you go for something more along the lines of the first movie? Or
that would be my initial inclination.
Something a little darker rather than more the more goofy cartoony stuff that they were doing in the second and third ones.
Yeah. I remember being disappointed with that as a kid.
Mm-hmm. I like the second one, but yeah, it's still a little bit different. Tone's a bit different.
Thing is that a lot of the TMNT lore that you could adapt in, they get real weird real fast. Alternate dimensions and space travel and all sorts of kooky stuff. And I think what made the first film work so well was how grounded it felt.
Right.
For giant talking mutant turtles. That's why it endures so well, is because you kind of look past the foam rubber and see 4 teenagers who are going through a very difficult time in their lives. It's about the family. It's about their very personal fears and hang-ups and desires, and that's what really resonates. It's not just that they're ninja turtles, it's that they're teenagers. It's a found family situation. That, I think, is what's so key to it. What with the parallels with Danny and his own troubles at home.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of rose-tinted glasses going on here, I admit it, but it's a complex movie emotionally.
Surprisingly, yeah.
And I feel like that gets lost or forgotten. So I don't really want to go into Triceraton territory, even though I freaking love dinosaur people. It's if you start getting into the interdimensional stuff, then it gets wacky. Even with the time travel in the third movie, the time travel was just a change of setting. They still were very limited by the technology and the abilities that they had at the time.
And the budget.
So
Definitely the budget. Yeah, budget took quite a hit. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe how about this? Foot Clan's on the back foot, har har,
Yeah.
as of movie 1 and 2. So maybe Kurai comes into town to try to shape things up. And there's that personal vendetta because they got rid of her father. And there's your family angle, is your loyalty to the family, and how much does family trauma and past toxic behavior influence the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
And can the Turtles and Kurai find a peaceful way to resolve things and end this blood feud for the betterment of New York and everyone involved? Or is it just a bunch of ninja kick the damn ninja, you know?
Why not both?
Yeah, go for both. Yeah, okay, there we go. Kurai is the big bad coming into New York as a power play, and big family motif about inheritance and legacy and what the next generation should pick up and what it should put down.
Right.
That can work.
I can see that. Yeah. All right, here's one from Quaggle Gaggle. Ian, what is your process when adapting a game's story? Back in the day, you were kind of constrained to standard arc length. How would you tackle something, i.e. Skies of Arcadia, or just mega beefy?
Depends on the scope of the project. Are we doing monthlies? Is this straight to trade? Is there a hard limit to how much page count do I get? Is this open-ended? We're doing this until it stops making money, which is the most terrifying one. What is the scope of the game? Is it, a classic game that has a very light story that you can riff on and expound upon? Or is it a more modern game story which has a robust narrative and you're basically following those beats? I feel like it'd be different. There's a great gulf of difference between something like Mega Man, which is very simple story that you can play with, versus something like adapting the first Halo game. Like, it had a pretty big narrative, and if you just hit on all of its plot beats and rendered it as a comic, it would be serviceable, but I don't think it would be as interesting as, say, adapting something like Mega Man or Crash or Mario or Kirby or, I don't know, Aero the Acrobat, something like that. If it were something like, you okay?
Sorry, the chat's getting real beefy. The Discord chat specifically. You guys on YouTube are awful quiet.
With Skies of Arcadia, I feel like that it could be adapted to like a epic graphic novel series, and cutting out a lot of the random battles and travel could make it a more concise story that's still compelling. But with something like that, or like Halo, or I don't know, Elden Ring, Skyrim, something that is a giant open world, shoot, Grand Theft Auto, something that has a sandbox world that feels very lived in, create your own characters and narrative that fit within it and have them maybe react to the principal storyline as bystanders or people who are affected by its repercussions. Give that other perspective, or just explore areas that the games didn't already and flesh out that world, live in it a little bit. And that could be interesting too.
Sure. All right, here's a question from Manuel Axelot. Death Battle invites you to write an episode of any two characters of your choosing. Who do you choose, and what would be the setup?
Here, Ian, open up the toy box. You can pick two. But I want to play with all the toys!
Turns out the toy box is secretly Pandora's box, and you will be responsible for internet arguments happening for the next 100 years. Oh boy.
Man, the main character.
Oh, what's that, Ian?
Did I robot out again?
You did, yeah, and then you came back. There you are.
Okay, sorry about that. I know what I would want to say, and I'm completely blanking on the name of the anime and the main character. Give me just a second.
Okay. Live Google action. What's that one anime with that one guy with that one hair?
Okay, so this would be shameless self-promotion,
Uh-huh.
but you give me the reins, I'm going to steer this off course.
That's all this show is now, is shameless self-promotion for especially for you.
So
Good. That's why
it
we're
would
here.
be Wind at a Dragoon
Okay.
versus Ryuko Matoi from Kill la Kill.
Okay, yeah. Yep. See, even I know who that is.
I just completely blanking out on it. It's like, I know this. It's the one with the scissors by Trigger. What is it? And there we go.
Yep. The one is black and red and very angry.
The other's green and white and very angry.
And then they'd have the same voice, probably.
And they will fight to the death. And then when neither decides to die, they team up to take down the establishment. Which one? Yes.
Which establishment? All of them. All right, Necromage asks, now for the complete opposite of my previous question last month. Among the Dragoon crew, what type of person do they get along with the best?
Let's see. Jabun is generally pretty easygoing. He'll go with the flow. But someone who is kind of jokey, someone who gets the job done and does it with kind of a smile on their face and doesn't get hung up on the details, they'll get along just fine. Foreign has trouble working with anyone, really, because it could be done better. But if they are fairly taciturn and goal-oriented and stick to their lane, I have my task, you have yours, we'll reconvene when we have completed our objectives. He would like that. That would be good. That would be nice. Wind, if you can keep up with her appetite and for food and for general destruction, you're solid. You're good. It's which abrasive thing does she like and which does she not like, and when those align, you have problems, but not for her. And Lissy is the perfect sunshine cinnamon bun that all people love and adore at first glance. So everyone and anyone.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. I have no arguments. You seem to know these characters well, Ian. I wonder why.
I ought to.
Wouldn't it be weird if you didn't? Kater Station asks, due to recent events, how do you think a new Knights comic would work in terms of story? And considering that they can be any genre that the dreamer imagines, would that reflect the writing style?
Not necessarily, because what I do know of Knights, and granted, it has been a while since I've messed with that narrative at all. Knights is just a generally upbeat, positive, fae individual.
Right.
Gender doesn't seem to really play into their identity. They are Knights as Knights. And as for comic, as we said earlier, and much less meandery this time, I think you could do a pretty standard wise man's causing problems. There's new kids in the mix, and Knights helps them. Doesn't necessarily have to reinvent the Psy loop. It just has to be entertaining.
All right. Here's one from Gail S. How was your two's Christmas? get anything special this year?
Nothing special, just took it very chill. Stayed home, made a big dinner, watched a couple movies, just chilled out. It was nice.
I got a welder. What am I going to do with a welder? Weld stuff, I guess. I need to fix my computer chair. That'll help with that. But I mean, I don't really have anything else to weld, so I'm like, well, once I do that, what am I going to weld? I don't know. I'll find something, maybe. I got a welder. And that's it, really. So, but yeah, it was nice. Just hung out with the families for a bit. Then hung out at home. Sounds good to me. Mr. Ronadan has a question. Have you heard of Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt? It's like the writers of South Park decided to make a magical girl anime. Would you give it a watch?
I have heard of it. It is on my to-watch list at some point because everybody just raves about it.
Yeah.
And apparently the new season that rose from the grave, how many years later?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's been a while.
Everything I've heard about it is that they stuck the landing. Like they didn't miss a beat. They got right back to it and was just as good, if not better, than what came before. So it's on the agenda. It's on the list. It's on the pile.
Yeah. It looks pretty cool. What little bits and pieces I've seen of it, it looks very enjoyable. Here's one from Fern Stories. Hey there, love your content. Also, what are both of your thoughts on the amazing digital circus? Any conspiracies you got if you have seen it? Thanks for the time. Y'all are awesome. You're awesome,
Thank
Fern.
you for the
Thank
compliments. Yeah. I have not seen anything of Digital Circus. It's on the pile. It's on the list.
Yeah, I haven't watched it myself. But I know about there's the girl clown character in there. That's all I really know about it. People seem to really like her. All right, this one is from Jordan A. Random thought about how thematically epic a fight between Rystar and Pennywise would be. Thematically, innocence versus its corruption. Just two oppositions clashing of childlike wonder. Just think. That sounds terrifying.
Yeah, Rystar would win.
Poor I feel bad for Rystar having to fight him, but at the same time, yeah, Rystar would eventually get him.
I mean, he's going to grab him, he's going to headbutt him, and Pennywise is going to run out of teeth eventually.
Yeah. Here's one from Lord Headcheese. Well, now that Ian is bailed on elf practice, Santa decides to draft Foreign as one of his reindeer on Christmas Eve. How does it go, and how do the Fortune Slap crew enjoy the show?
Oh, Wynn's going to staple the antlers to his head.
Oh.
Tape would suffice, even glue. Why staples? Because it's funnier that way. No, it's not.
Because the blood running down your face says it all. Wow.
Born with your glare so mad. And Foreign's also especially ticked off because he can't fly. So if anything, he's just hanging from the harness between the other reindeer, flailing in terror.
He doesn't have that Santa magic. The Santa magic don't work on him to make them fly.
There has been a grievous amount of oversight on this decision. Wynn's cackling. She doesn't care how much coal she gets out of this. This is funny.
Well, I mean, Santa's the one who's doing it, and Santa knows. Santa's laughing right along with her, I think.
Lissy's waving, saying, "Fly carefully. Please give my list to Mr. Santa." Joblin's yelling from the cockpit, "Oh, when you get back, remember that 50 quid you owe me? You're not gonna like."
I don't even know what a quid is.
Ice Lonnie, Santa Claus, he can convert anything to anything.
Yeah. All right, here's one from General Jimmy's. So, a new Mega Man game has been announced. What do you guys think? What do you think it's going to be about? It'll be about Mega Man.
Yeah, I can't imagine it's going to reinvent the wheel too hard. Mega Man seems to have a whole bunch of like heat vents that open up, so maybe there's some kind of what's the subtitle? Is it overcharge, dual charge?
Dual charge, I think.
So maybe it'll be something like the gear system in the last game, where this is me guessing. Let me make it clear. I have no idea what the actual game is. Maybe there's a way to like overclock his systems, but there's some kind of payoff or trade-off for it. And I think we can assume there's at least a playable Proto Man in there. I don't know if he's going to get a separate campaign or like if he's hard mode or what, but it's all but guaranteed from that trailer that he's in, right? Right?
Right. We'll see. We'll see.
Also, fingers triple crossed, cross all hands and toes. Just please, 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 Capcom gods. I want to see a Quake Woman boss fight.
That would be nice.
I don't want to shoot her necessarily, but I do want to get Quake Drill. I want her legitimized in the game.
I want Quake Woman in there. Please. Please, Capcom. Please. Put her in there. Please. Here's one from Shonen Boys. Both series, Archie Mega Man and TMNT 2012, explore themes of brotherhood and family. So it got me thinking, how would Leo mentor Proto Man on how to be a better big bro to Mega Man? You there?
Let's see, TMNT 2012.
Yeah, that's the 3D animated one.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
I mistyped it as 2021. I'm like, Rise? No, that's not right. It's not that old. Let's see. That Leo mentoring Proto Man. I don't think it would go well. From what I remember of that rendition of Leo, his leadership and his attempts at guidance came across as a little pretentious. Well-intentioned, but trying to act more mentory than he's earned. And Proto Man really doesn't respond well to other people telling him how to be.
Yeah.
So I'm not seeing it being very constructive.
Yeah, not that version of Leo. Yeah, he's still young. He's still a bit brash, hard-headed.
Now, unless they like secretly share the same interest in some niche cartoon or sci-fi series, but I can't see that bubbling to the surface naturally between them.
Yeah. All right, Caswell has a question. Would either of you be interested or willing to appear as a guest on a podcast or interview show? And if so, any things that would need to be done or upheld?
Yes.
I mean, I'm fine with it, but
depends on the show. And, there's some stuff that I can't talk about for professional reasons, but I can hash that out with the showrunner, whatever their show is. It may not even come up.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, the biggest hurdle is scheduling.
Yeah. And, well, we have one last question. And, yeah, it's from Heel Navi. Should I even ask questions about characters from retired Drogoon material? It's fun, but not accessible for the audience, and might be building up stuff for characters who get axed.
I mean, you can ask whatever you want. That's fine. It may be extremely niche and interesting only to you, but that's not invalid.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's really what we're here for, is to answer you and hopefully be entertaining when we do so. Whether that reaches a grand audience or just one particular person who's zeroed in on a particular topic. Either is fine. Either is valid. We're not going to turn our nose up to questions because it doesn't fit a particular agenda or something.
No.
Now, if you specifically want to get more into the mindset and the inner workings of Drogoon itself, I think that it would be more satisfying for you to look at what's presently out there, which is Drogoon Fortunes Lap Volume 1, rather than look back on the prototype storylines, for lack of a better term, because that material is still potentially usable as foundational work. Like the story of Ambrew and Echo is going to be told, I hope, eventually, but it's more than likely going to be wholesale different than what was presented in the original manga. So that whatever clarification you get on those characters might be relevant to that piece of defunct media, and it may be completely revised when we go forward.
Yeah.
So I really ask whatever you want. I'll do the best of my ability to answer, but I think you personally might find it more enriching if you look forward rather than backward.
Yeah. I mean, knowing you'll bring stuff back. You're kind of the guy who does that. You're like, okay, this old thing, I'll bring it back. Give it a shiny new coat of paint. Here it is. Here you go. Remember this?
Kyle, get your welding torch. We're going to make this new.
We're going to make this work.
Bring those antlers over here. We're going to weld them on. Forget the stapler.
There you go. Ow. Ow. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Kyle, who brings that torch so bright, do you really want this fight?
Man. The welder I got's not even the torch kind. But I can get one. All right. Well, I think we're close enough to the end of this episode to call it here. Thank you, everybody, for sending in your questions and your super chats. Amazing. Thank you for your support as always.
It's the end of the year. It's still kind of technically holidays. A kind of week of, do I go back to work or not?
Yeah.
So we'll cut it off a little early, let you guys get back to all the fun stuff you're having out there, doing whatever. Thanks so much to Jennifer R. and for Kazi for supporting the show as we go through all the questions. Thank you for all the questions in your super chats. Thank you for joining us this entire year. I know it was a little chaotic, especially at the beginning. And, well, honestly, throughout the entire year, but that's been 2025.
Yeah, pretty much. I know things got a little weird there at the beginning of the year and then stayed weird. Wait, 2025, woo.
So we'll see what 2026 brings us. But thank you all very much for joining us at the end of every month and each week and, giving us a reason to keep this show going. Goofy little distraction that it is.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next year.
Yeah, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. And we'll see you next time on the BumbleKast.
Take care, everybody.